everyone, and welcome back to another Bookmas video. So in today's video it's going to be a fun one, and I'm going to be giving you 5 Christmas book recommendations that I think you need to read this Christmas. I was originally going to be doing 10, but one, I didn't want to overwhelm everyone, but also this video will be way too long, so I just thought I'd do, like, you know, try and do a quick speedy round of a few recommendations if you are struggling. So let's just get into it. So I have literally wrote my thoughts about each book down, so I'm just going to be reading from that, because for another video I tried to just go off the basis of my head and it was all messy and really hard to edit, so I thought I'd be more organized for this video, actually write everything down and just kind of read it off, as that it's just going to be easier because my mind's all over the place because of Bookmas. So anyway, the first recommendation is One Last Gift. I read this last year and honestly I rated it 3 stars, but to be honest I don't really rate Christmas books high, or if I do it really has to be good. So yeah, I did like this one. What this book is about: Cassie and her brother Tom lost their parents at a young age and have been raised by their standoffish aunt. Together with Cassie's best friend Hazel and Tom's best friend Sam, they go on many adventures together. Cassie had feelings for Sam which she thought was reciprocated. It ends up they are on 2 different paths and Cassie is embarrassed and doesn't want to be around Sam much after that. They were very young. Tom has made a treasure hunt for Cassie on Christmas where she follows the clues to find her gift. One year Tom goes to Argentina and is killed in a tragic accident. Cassie discovers that he had finished that year's hunt before he left, and she has the first clue. Can she progress through the grief and accept one last gift? So this is definitely fun because there's obviously, because of the adventure, there's a mystery side to it, but then there's obviously the romance side to it, and it's kind of friends to lovers, but obviously because of the situation that happened years ago, it does take over a few years, if that makes sense. Personally, I would recommend this one as it does have a little bit of a mystery aspect to it, so it's not just a romance, which obviously is, in my opinion, most Christmas books, so it does give it a little bit of a twist and a little bit of a different storyline, but also it shows the different stages of grief and having to go through that, especially around the Christmas season, and also the fact that, you know, her brother was able to leave her one last gift, and it's is she going to accept doing that? Is she going to be able to do that? Yeah, it's definitely a different Christmas read from the rest, but really good. Okay, then we have All I Want for Christmas. This is another one I read last year and I again really enjoyed this one. I think I rated it 3 stars again, but again, don't mean it's not a good book. I'm just very picky with my Christmas reads, so don't go by my ratings at all. But this one is Sadie and Max are each ready to get their big breaks on a TV singing competition. When they're paired up for a duet, fans go wild for their chemistry. Joe demands they stay a duo both on and off stage. There's just one problem: Sadie and Max can't stand each other. So in this book there's 3 different tropes. There's the enemies to lovers trope, fake dating trope, and also grumpy sunshine trope. So in my opinion, all the best tropes. I especially love grumpy sunshine out of those 3, but yeah, this is kind of your average Christmas read, but in a good way. That's not me saying anything bad about it, but I've also really enjoyed this one. It's fun, like I said, all the best tropes, very quick read. I would recommend it. Then we have How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn, and this one is the popular Christmas book that's going around right now just because it's a newer release, and obviously it's by Megan Quinn. My Neighbor Stole Christmas is a small town Christmassy romance with friends to enemies to lovers, fake dating, and there is a lot of banter within this book. Story moves in to take care of her Aunt Cindy, and Cole Black is the grumpy guy who lives next door. The main characters have lost their love of Christmas and compete against each other in a town Christmas competition. Love a good Christmas competition. The main characters have a history and it gives enemies to lovers vibes. Or the Grinch lovers, this is a spicier version of the Grinch. And I mean, can you get any better than that? No. So if you are the Grinch movie lover, I think you would love this book. I.e. myself, that's literally my favorite Christmas movie, or one of my favorite Christmas movies. I watch it every year, and so I obviously love this book because it just gives off all the Grinch, grumpy, sunshine, romance, you know, all that stuff, and I just love that. Okay, then we have Holiday Romance, and this is about Molly and Andrew. They have been at each other's side for their Christmas trip back home to their families in Ireland every year for 10 years. Despite living largely separate lives in their adopted city, Chicago, they have stayed in touch and supported one another as best friends through jobs, life events, and both of their strings of failed relationships. This year, which is their 10th year trip, plans get shaken up by a winter storm that threatens to ground them at the airport. Molly knows how important it is to Andrew to spend Christmas with his family, and her sister Zoe is about to give birth, so she's not about to let Mother Nature ruin things. What starts out looking like a trip from hell, though, it may just be the best journey they've ever gone on together. So again, this is kind of like a will they make it to their families for Christmas type thing, and that's like the journey you're going on, but then obviously there's like the romance part of it. Again, friends to lovers type thing, so this one is definitely another good one. I've noticed that most Christmas books are always like friends to lovers or enemies to lovers. Like those are the main tropes I've noticed. And then finally, for the 5th book recommendation for this year, we have The 12 Dates of Christmas, and this one is about Kate, and she is in her 30s and she's very single, living alone in a cottage in Blacksford, a coincidental English village in Kent. Best friend Laura persuades her to go on 12 dates at Christmas, run by an online dating agency. 12 dates at lovely venues in December. Laura lives in hope that one of those 12 dates will be someone she likes. So again, this is kind of like the opposite, where it's a single woman who is going on dates and stuff. So definitely different from like I was just saying, the casual like enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, sometimes fake, and like the casual tropes that you find in a Christmas romance. This is a little bit different, and it switches up things, which I like. But yeah, those are the 5 recommendations. Again, this is a short video for today, but that's because I was originally going to recommend 10, but I didn't want to overwhelm, as I know that sometimes recommendations is helpful, but getting too many recommendations can also be very overwhelming. So I just wanted to give you the 5 main ones that I would recommend more. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Remember to leave this emoji if you watched until the end, and I hope to see you on my next one. Bye!